a very easy to make Christmas notebook using a file folder. Hi everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Stay tuned. Welcome to my channel, friends. Thank you so much for being here today. I truly appreciate it. Thanks to everyone for the wonderful comments that you leave in my comment section. And thank you for supporting all of the different things that I do with my channel. It means the world to me. Today I'm going to show you how to make this really cute but simple 5x8 Christmas notepad. So I'm going to flip to my overhead camera to give you a closer look at this. But y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. All right, so here's what we're going to be making today. We're going to be making this wonderful 5x8 Christmas notepad. Now you can use any 5x8 notepad that you want, or you can use any size notepad that you want. This craft is adaptable to so many different sizes, but it is very cute. So when we open it, we have a nice little pocket here, and then I just added a decorative strip here. If you wanted to take this out, we have a little slot here that I don't even have adhered down because the weight of this holds it in place. So that makes it refillable if you want it to be refillable. And you know what else, y'all? I'm not even using cardstock on this, but you would think I am because I'm using a file folder and then I'm using some heavyweight cardstock. So I have a piece of heavyweight cardstock here, the file folder, and then heavyweight cardstock here, and that gives you the consistency of a chipboard. So here is what I'll be using to make today's really cute project. I will be using a 3-pack legal pad set from the Dollar Tree. This one was $1.25. Now they're going up on prices today. I don't know how much these are going to cost. For me, they're still a good bargain at $1.25. And I might even be willing to pay $1.50 because I like the triple stack here. But if they go any higher than that, y'all, what I have in my stash is what I'm going to have to be satisfied with because I don't think I'll pay more than $1.50 for these. And then I have just a standard document file folder. It's designed to hold documents that are 8.5 by 11. And then I have two beautiful pieces of Christmas paper. And this Christmas paper is an Anna Griffin Christmas paper. So if you use Anna Griffin papers at all, you know that they are a very nice weight and they're very well constructed. So that's going to help me really get some stability on my book here. So this is going to be very simple. And I'm going to bring in my trimmer because we're going to take the file folder. Let's fold it. The fold is here. Let's position that fold at 8. And then we're going to cut. I am going to score at 2 1/4 and at 7 1/2. So my point is here and it's positioned on 8. I scored at 2 1/4 and at 7 1/2. Then I'm going to take it and turn it to the opposite side, and my 2 1/4 and 7 1/2 inch scores are now over here. We're on 8 again, and I am going to score at 2 7/8. Those are the marks that you need to make. So now we're going to turn it to the long side, and we're going to score at 1 as far as we can go. Then I'll flip it like this, and we'll score at 1 to meet that original 1 score mark. And then we'll score at 9 3/8 as far as we can go. And let's flip it and score at 9 3/8 as far as we can go. So I am just folding and burnishing all of the scores that I made. I'm not folding and burnishing the pre-made scores that were already there. So this is what we have. And we're going to get rid of our corner marks on all 4 sides. So I will just go up, cut here, remove this, remove this piece, remove this piece. You know what? I'm actually going to angle this just a little bit. It'll fold over easier for me, so I can angle that. Then I can angle this and angle here to remove these pieces. We want them totally gone. So now we have our piece like this. We're going to have, where we made our fold, you're going to have a little piece in here and a little piece up here. We want to go ahead and just free those. I'm not going to remove them. And then I'm just going to angle in just a little bit, because then I'll be folding those up like that. So basically, next to the fold, you'll already have that pre-score there that was a part of the file folder, and then the score that you made. This is where we're actually working. And now I'm just going to angle. And you know, I can reduce this because this will be covered with paper. So I can just angle that. So now I'm going to take my glue, add some glue here, and add some glue here. And let's just go ahead and fold over so you can see how what you have is supposed to look. So your piece is supposed to look like this at this point. So now I'm going to take these top pieces and we're going to fold them over. But I am going to just angle a little bit, adding some glue here, as well as some glue here. Let's get that nice and stuck. And then we'll be taking this piece and folding over. But for this piece, I'm going to use my tape to do my fold over. I really don't want to put glue on such a large portion of this part, because sometimes our glue can warp depending on how well your file folder is. So these file folders, they're okay. They're nothing special. They're just okay. So I want to make sure that I am not doing anything that might compromise them being okay. And adding a lot of glue might just do that. So that is why I am using my tape. Just putting down a couple of strips. You can make a pocket if you want, especially on this side. You don't necessarily have to add tape. You can have your pocket this way, but I'm going to have my pocket coming up this way. And I really don't want these side pieces to be in the way. But what the side pieces actually do when we fold them over is they give us a nice finished edge, which is what we want on our projects. So let's just peel away our tape backers and fold over. So now your piece should look like this. This is where we get to bring in our decorative inside pieces. So I am going to bring in my trimmer and we're going to trim this to 7 3/4, and I'm going to cut two pieces that are 7 3/4 by 4 3/4. And then I'm going to trim a piece that is 3/8 by 7 3/4. So now I'm just going to add some tape to the back here. I'm going to tape all of these pieces, including that little skinny piece. I'll add tape, y'all, and I will be right back. And then we are going to peel away our tape backers from our pieces, and we can put this down. So I'm going to bring in my jacket, and I'm going to take this and basically just sort of center it. Of course, y'all, it's not going to be perfect, and that is always okay when we're crafting. We're not going for perfection at all. We just want something that's going to look fairly nice. So I'm putting that there, and then I'll take this piece, and basically I'm just matching my ends here, and we'll put that there. So you can see that we have a nice decorative inside. This piece will get glued. Over here, we just do a nice burnishing because we don't need to glue it because the weight of the notebook is going to hold this down. So I'm going to take my glue, add my glue right along the edge, and we're going to get this stuck. And now we have a pocket. I am going to close my jacket because I want to bring in what I have chosen for the cover piece. And I am going to follow the same sizing that I did on the inside. So I'm going to cut this 7 3/4. Four and 3/4, and I will get 2 pieces, but I am not going to be doing that smaller piece for the spine. I'm just going to leave the outside spine red. So I have 2 pieces that are 4 3/4 by 7 3/4. We have these pieces left over. I will take a portion of this to put it on that notebook. So again, I'm going to add some tape to my pieces, and y'all, I'll be right back. All right, so I'm peeling away my tape backers, and we are going to put this down just like we did the other one. I want to see which cover I want on this one, and I think they're pretty much the same. So I want to have my flower closer to the bottom on the front, and I did a wide red border around this because I didn't want it to cover the whole thing. I wanted to have some of that red showing. That's why I cut this piece a little shorter than I normally cut a liner piece. So now we're going to take this piece and we're going to put it down like this. And this really is very, very sturdy. So now I can take my notepad and we can take that last piece of chipboard and just put it in here, because we'll put that down and you see how that holds that in place. There's really not much more that we need to do to this. Now I'm not adding a pin loop to this, I'm just making a notepad. But there are numerous ways on my channel that I've shown how to add a pin loop, so you can go back and look at some of those videos. But I have this piece here, but we have this, and I want to add just a little decorative flair to it. So I am going to cut this piece at 5 inches because my notepad is approximately 5 inches wide. And I'm going to trim off some of this. And then I'm going to trim it to 2. And then I'm going to add some tape to the back. Let's peel away our tape backers. And I'm going to take this piece and I'm just going to put it here at the top. I'm not going to wrap it around the notepad. I'm just going to put it on the top just as a border piece. So this piece can actually stay, and when you're writing a note and you want to pull paper, you can just tear from underneath, but you can keep this decorative piece on the inside if you like. So then here on the front, I am going to take this little piece of ephemera here that says a December to remember. Take some of my glue, and then I'm just going to take this and let's put it right here. Let me stand it up to see if it's straight. And you see how easy it was to make just a simple Christmas notepad. Now I want to add something to the inside. So I have this little sticker here that says Merry Christmas, and I'm going to place that right there. Cute. Then I have this little gold curly Q. I'm going to place it right there. So I am just going to add some glue to the back. And we're going to put this down like so. Just adding a little decorative touch, but keeping it very simple. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back of my sticker because it looks like it might not want to stick. So let's just go ahead. Now I have another beautiful notebook. My sister is actually taking both of these so that she can give them to her doctors. And like I told her, the sooner you give these to your doctors, the better, because these are Christmas notepads. And that means that if you have some notes that you want to take for Christmas, let's say you're doing a family newsletter and you want to jot some notes, or you want to write some things that you want to do at Christmas time, or you want to make lists, this is the perfect item for this. If you're having a craft fair, the sooner you sell December or closer to Christmas really is not the time to sell Christmas items like this, because this is a Christmas themed notebook, which really means that it's not going to be a heavy seller at a Christmas craft fair in December, because we're really already in the throes of the season. So the sooner you sell these, or the sooner you gift these, the better. So that's just my thoughts on Christmas themed notepads. But I do hope that you have enjoyed this super easy way. Look at how cute these are, that you can take something very simple like a file folder and use it to make a beautiful jacket for a notepad. You can tweak this process for a variety of notepad sizes, but I do think that it is very fun and festive, and I absolutely love these colors. So if you're doing a craft fair right now, these colors are very attractive to the eye. I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and if you have, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, all day, every day, this is what we do, and this is how we do it, and I want you to be a part of it, so hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you will know when I upload a new video. As always, my beautiful crafty friends, please be safe, be kind, and be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.